Hello, Eddie here. I hope, like me, you're grateful for the change in the polls of late, dropping the Conservatives from 20% down to 5%. This means they won't have the home majority, and they won't be able to bully us anymore. I hope you all get out and vote. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like I'm going to be able to vote. Not that it really matters, because where I live, in Cornwall, the Labour Party almost doesn't exist. Only on councils. Anyway, I hope you're watching the news, and I hope you really will go out and vote, because the actual people that voted for the Conservative Party last election, and gave them a majority, was not even half the population. It was only 40% of the population, so that means 60% didn't want them. But so long as they play all these other parties like the Greens and the Democrats, the Liberal Democrats, and even the Socialist Party, which is all these things do is divide the Labour vote. So what I have suggested people do is, where a Conservative is in situ on their seat and they don't like them and want to get rid of them, what I suggest you do is to vote for whoever came second, whether that's Labour or Liberal Democrat or whatever, and then at least you won't have a Conservative. But if you split the vote up into all your different parties, the Conservatives are going to win every time. That's how they do it. And of course now people are realising that they're not as good as what they say they were going to do, because they've already lied and backtracked and done U-turns on their manifesto. They even put the Labour manifesto for the last election. The austerity budget hasn't worked. All austerity does is make it worse for the poor. It doesn't give a damn to the rich, no matter how austere it gets, because they're not even in the country half the time. Anyway, I'm just telling you this now. If you don't do what I'm saying, you'll wind up with a Conservative government virtually forever. And personally, I wish that the Labour and the Lib Dems and that would amalgamate, because that's where they came from, the Liberal Democrats with Roy Jenkins and that, David Owen, they were all Labour MPs, and they split to the Lib Dems, and the same with the Greens. The Greens were Labour and they split to the Greens. So the only way you're going to defeat conservatism is if you always vote for the next best party to get in to beat them. It's no good if you got sitting in a seat where the, like I am, where the Labour have got about 10% voting Labour, because it would take such a big swing that the Conservatives would still win. Whereas you add the votes together of Labour and Lib Dem, you'll find that the Conservatives won't win if you had them together. So I know it sounds bad to say, oh, vote for a different party to the one that you support, but it's far better to get rid of a Conservative government. I'd like to see a Liberal-Labour alliance for the next government. But the Lib Dems let me down. I used to go out and vote Lib Dem to get rid of the Conservatives. But since Colin Breed left, they and the Lib Dems backed the Tories in the last election, I'd rather not vote at all than vote for the Liberals. But then, rather than have a Conservative, if I thought that by voting Lib Dem I could get rid of the Conservatives, I would. Anyway, that's all I'd like to say, and I'd like to say goodbye. I'm sorry I haven't been around a lot, but I'm not that well. I've got carers that come in here to look after me. They do more harm than good. I've just had to repair my vacuum cleaner, which they busted. They busted the sink. I don't know. They just don't seem to care. I don't think they should be allowed to use the name carers. They do such a rubbishy job, and I wind up doing stuff myself. And I think they're just trying to, to get me to do as much as I can, but it kills me. I'm in agony after doing it. Anyway, let's hope we can get rid of the Conservatives and maybe things will get better. Because I'm sure the people that come here to help me, they're so poorly paid that there's no reason they have no interest in the job. They're all on 0 hours contracts, so they never know how much money they're going to get each week. And this is very important, because you can't budget on a guess as to how much you're going to earn. Well, there. I think the living wage should go up, the minimum wage to go up to 10, and the living wage up to 12, because of this government and their Brexit idea has caused the pound to devalue so much. I mean, I got a little computer I bought here. It's what they call a combined laptop and what they call the the one, the touchscreen one. You put them together and it becomes a laptop. I see now they're over £350. I bought the first one to come out, because I always do. Cost me 214. So it means it's gone up over 100 quid in the 2 or 3 years. But if they want Brexit, they're going to have to wind up. There's only one way they're going to get out of Europe, is if they just get out and not have any agreement at all. Because if we come to agreement, there'll be so much in Europe's advantage that it won't be any good to us. And Europe's not going to let us get away with it like that. They never have done. So, there you are. That's it. That's about all I got to say. And I'm closing now. Oh, would you, all my viewers and subscribers and that, would you please share all the stuff, my stuff, with your friends, so I can try and get a wider audience. I've got over 500,000 views, but a lot of things people don't know. They've changed the way it works. For some reason now I don't get any comments, because they're not allowed to comment unless I agree to it, and I don't know how to agree to it. Because I'm 79 in a couple of months' time. Anyway, it's nice talking to you, and if you like listening to my voice, talking a load of rubbish. There's plenty of videos of me on here talking about different things. Because I've had quite a life. I've been a merchant seaman, I've been an aerial rigger, I've been an electronic engineer, an electrical engineer, a merchant seaman, a forestry worker, and I work for the Milk Marketing Board, so I'm capable of doing books. When I ran my own TV rental business, I did all the bookkeeping and everything by myself. And I never had any problems with the income tax at all, because I knew I was telling the truth. Anyway, that's all. I'd like to say goodbye now. Cheerio.